Straight out of the left coast of the coast in the east. Started off on the quest to find his favorite drink. We talk sports, comics, silver screen. Don't forget about the music, cause we loving the beats. A slice of life for the whole damn pie. We got it all. We know you feeling the vibe. From old Gen X to young Gen Z. Either way, we gon' drink. It's Sun and Pops.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sun and Pops Culture. I'm Sun.
And I'm Pops.
And this is episode 117.
Ooh, 117. Back on the scene. Okay.
Yeah, that was good. We are back after a little break. You know, stuff happened, but we were also giving you time to catch up. So
That's right. That's right.
We're just glad you came back.
Yeah, the Sun and Pops famous unscheduled hiatus.
Yeah.
has struck again. But
It keeps you on your toes, though.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I keep your head on a swivel.
And you never know what you have until it's gone.
Don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah.
True shit. True shit. Yeah, buddy. It's good to see you, bud. I haven't seen you in a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice seeing you too.
Yeah, my man.
So what do we do? Who are we?
Oh, what we do here at Sun and Pops Culture is give you our take on movies, music, video games, comic book, literature, sports, anime, and a little slice of life. Sometimes you get the whole pie. East and West, young and old, X and Z, Sun and Pops. Where can the people find us at, buddy?
You can check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. There we have full visual episodes up on YouTube, and we do other fun stuff on our Instagram, like trivia and weekly polls. But if you ever want us just to talk about something or just want to chat, hit us up because we love hearing from our listeners.
True indeed. We love listener comments and feedback.
Yeah.
I guess we'll start where we always start.
Yes, with this week's drink.
This week's drink started as a 21-year-old's quest to find his favorite drink, but has since evolved or devolved into us drinking whatever we want. Because either way, we gonna drink. What do you have for the people today, buddy?
Today, if you did not know, I was sober for a while. I was training for a half marathon. That has came and went. So I am hoping myself to. It's still not alcohol. It's a mole cola. It's an
Mole
Italian classic cola.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I got it at Italy. If you don't know, that's like a big Italian supermarket thing. And I saw it and I was like, oh, this would be fun.
Isn't everything in Italian there?
Oh yeah, like all their products.
Nice.
Except obviously the nutrition facts, but everything else it's Italian.
You're like Paisley Black Italian. So
I'm like, I translate this easy.
Easy. My grandma used to cook this stuff all the time.
Yeah. That's my drink. Oh, this is. Wow, that just spilled all over me.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Wow, party foul.
Wow, I don't even know how I did that. I didn't even shake it.
Shit must have been highly carbonated.
Yes. Jeez.
Damn. You were like, oh, I was like, oh, wow, we. Yeah. Well,
what's your drink?
My drink is vodka and Mio. That deadly combination.
Geez. Yeah.
So, and I let your mother make it. So, who knows?
It's for the brave and the bold.
That's right. But, we'll see. So, yeah. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, cheers, bud.
Cheers.
I'm interested in seeing what that tastes like. I like that bottle.
Yeah, when it spilled on me, I could smell it. I could smell the sweetness.
Is it cane sugar?
Just a sugar. It doesn't say.
It does say sugar, though? It doesn't say high fructose corn syrup?
No, it doesn't have that.
It might be cane sugar then. Well, that's a win.
It's caramel color. That's why it's brown.
Mm-hmm. True indeed. Wow. So, like you mentioned, you were taking a hiatus from alcohol to train for your half marathon. Do you mind?
It kind of just happened too.
Do you mind telling the people how you did?
Yeah. So my goal was to do a sub 2 hour half marathon.
Wait, before you start, how long is a half marathon, son?
A half marathon is 13.1 miles.
People do that for fun.
Yeah, it wasn't all fun for me. I just wanted to see I just wanted to do it just because bucket list thing. And for those
Yeah.
being like, oh, why didn't you do a full? Because that's 26
Yeah.
miles, and why? Just nobody looks healthy doing that.
Yeah.
Um,
To quote my man,
half
Doomsday.
marathon. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, to quote my man, Doomsday Moore, human body wasn't meant to run 26 miles.
Yes. Yes.
So,
like, half marathon, you can get, like, you can see people that's like, oh, obviously they're eating right. Anyway, that's why I decided to do a half marathon.
Okay.
The goal is to do sub 2 hours. I feel like that was average or around average. And I did an hour and 42 minutes. So very
Boom.
happy with that.
Boom. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Happy. First attempt, probably my last, just because I was bad on the knees, but I did it. So
yeah, you said you ended up finishing like what, 21st?
I was 20th.
20th. Oh, you were 20th. Okay.
No, it was 23rd. My bad. I think I was 20th guys, 23rd overall.
Overall, okay,
Yeah.
okay, and out of like a lot of people, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, I'm always proud of you. Always impressed.
Thanks.
I ain't doing that shit. You can check every list I got, and it ain't on it. I'm not running half a marathon. I ain't running half a mile. So yeah, I'm proud of you. Good job.
Thanks. Felt good.
Good job. Yeah, yeah. So that's awesome. That's awesome. And now you're back off the wagon. You said you had a couple celebratory beers the other night.
Just one. I got really sleepy. I hit me too. Yeah, I hit
right
my
to your
eyes.
eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, no more of that.
Yeah. All right. As far as bucket list go, that's definitely a big check. I'd say big check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I mean, where are we going to start today? I mean, it's been a little bit.
Yeah, I guess we have some news and reactions to stuff, but every week I ask the followers on our Instagram a question, and then I share the results. So the latest poll that we did was, what will be the best summer blockbuster this year? And answers to choose from were Lilo and Stitch, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, Superman, and Fantastic Four: First Steps. So, coming in last place with 8%. 8%, the Fantastic Four.
Hey, when I voted, it had no votes. So,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Seeing this right now, I didn't know it had 8%. So hey, I guess people aren't really. I don't want to say just people don't care for it. At least our listeners.
I'm taking it as I feel like the people think that those other movies are going to be bigger. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not that they don't want to see Fantastic Four, they just think those other movies. That's what I'm hoping.
That's what I'm hoping too. Third place was Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, with 15% of the votes.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
Makes sense. I'm actually catching up on all 7 of them now.
That's what
I just watched the first one.
Yeah, that's what you said. Oh, geez. The worst one. Okay. Yeah.
Debatable. We'll see.
No, here you go. Go ahead. What's your list? Go ahead.
And then tied for first place with 38% was Lilo and Stitch and Superman. Tied. Both are going to make money. But I said what will be the best. I guess our listeners are excited for Lilo and Stitch. I'm gonna bite my tongue though. So
that surprises me. People keep
love
falling
Lilo
for
and Stitch,
but they keep falling for these live action adaptations. I am like, God damn.
And I think they are 1 for 10.
Yeah, how many poison apples you gonna bite, people?
Yes,
it's like, come on. Like, Disney's like, here you go. I'm like, oh, give me it. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. They throw you one song from the in the trailer. Throw you one song from the OG and a joke from the OG that you remember.
It's over. I got to be there. It's gonna be it's gonna be not as good as the first one. Is what it's gonna be. Whatever that word is, that's what it's gonna be. Not as good. So yeah.
Yeah, this one is. Oh, hey, I'm gonna see it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see it, but the bar is to the floor.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get into that Snow White here in a minute. But did you see those Superman? Did you see the new additions to the trailer?
I
The new
did.
footage.
Not by my choice, because, I always say after the first trailer,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
black out
yeah.
because, they just show too much. But I went to see Minecraft, which we'll get into later.
Mhm.
And that before the screening, because they showed the Superman, what's it called? Sneak,
Teaser. Sneak
whatever it
peek.
was, sneak peek plus the
Yeah.
like it was all in one.
Yeah.
It was like 5 minutes.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you see it? Did you
Wait,
watch it?
I saw the trailer where they added the footage with the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah,
Is
that was
what-
it.
That was it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I saw it like not to my, it
Yeah.
wasn't my choice.
So, what were your thoughts?
Oh, it got me hyped. Like I mean, I get why they're doing it, like to get people more interested and like maybe catch the people that weren't going to see it, especially showing it before Minecraft, to be interested. But man, if I would have saw that for the first time in the movie, that
Yeah.
Fortress of Solitude and all that stuff, I would
Hey.
have been like
Hey.
mind boggled, especially when he was absorbing the sun. I would have been. They did so much right in just that scene. So I mean, I never had doubts with the movie.
Yeah.
But that this just that scene just proves it's gonna be, at
it's
least
going
decent.
to be. It's going to be. But see, what's funny as you said that, because that's exactly the only issue I had with the whole trailer was the scene with the sun.
Really?
And it's not an issue. It just made me go. Wait a second, because we all know that's how he gets his powers.
Mm-hmm.
But when they were like, just a healthy dose of the sun, I thought it was really cool. And they used the magnifying glasses, and they were like Egyptian, they were like Saharan, blah, blah, blah. Like they hit the angle and everything. And I was like, okay, cool. But then the way it affected him when he was doing it, and I was like, huh. I'm like, I just thought, is this going to be like, are they doing a thing where he's going to actually have to charge up? Like that type of thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it going to be like, it's going to be like a really, like he has to charge up, or is it just like in this situation they just use it to heal him? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
I just don't want to. I don't want
It's
to.
an interesting take.
Yeah,
I think in this he's just so beat up they had to use the magnifying glass to make him heal faster.
To make him heal faster. I hope that's all it is. I don't want to mess him with his power set too much, because they like to play sometimes.
They do, but this is also James Gunn. I don't know. I feel like he won't stray too far.
It just made me raise an eyebrow. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it did too, because I was like, oh,
yeah,
this is different.
Yeah, it was very different.
But
I mean, the Superman bots and all that's the helper bots. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, those are cool. Those are definitely from Superman. They're definitely from All-Star Superman. It blows my mind that in a good way that Richard Donner invented the idea of those crystal Fortress of Solitude in 1980, and
77.
77. Oh, okay. And that's still the standard for where Superman lives. Like it's still like got to be crystals coming out the ice. It gotta be. Like
I didn't know that was movie first.
I'm pretty sure, because he always did have the Fortress of Solitude in Antarctica, but it was never that jutting out thing till after the movie, to the best of my knowledge. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
I believe it.
Since then, that's how you've seen it in pretty much every form. But if you look at like comics prior to that, it was like a glacier, and he had the big key that he had to use to get in and all this stuff. The key was like a giant air marker, and he could pick it up. Anyways, but it's just crazy how iconic like that Fortress of Solitude is. Like, we know that's where Superman hangs out,
and it looks good in this new one. So
it does. I think bursting out the ice, I was like, ooh.
Yeah,
and I thought,
good.
That explains why. See, that explains why people can't find it, because it ain't always there.
Yeah.
I was like, that makes sense.
And also, it's Antarctica. You know how big that is?
Yeah.
You can't even travel through it.
You're not even allowed to go there. Yeah. Like, you're actually not allowed to travel there, which is a whole other conspiracy theory.
You can.
OBKB.
You see videos all the time of I'm kayaking and use a sea lion, and people are like, why are you kayaking to Antarctica?
But
so you can't vacation there.
You can't vacation there. You cannot vacation there. But anyways,
they have boats and stuff you can go through.
But you're talking about a continent that's literally covered with ice.
Yes, you can't literally live on there, but they have.
But I'm saying, like,
tours.
They took What was it? Was it Buzz Aldrin or what's his name? What was one of the first astronauts? They took him to
Armstrong?
Antarctica. Not
Lance
Neil. It was the
Armstrong?
other one. It was Buzz.
Okay.
It was Buzz. They took Buzz there, and it was like a big deal that they took him there. And then he came back like not wanting to talk about what he saw. So yeah,
that's some 1980s pre-internet.
It just happened. That happened in 20.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive. Well, he was still alive. It happened. When was?
Oh yeah, he did pass away.
It was about 7 years ago. It happened. 7 or 8 years ago. It happened. But anyways.
Okay, he's also 80. He's probably saw a killer whale and was like, "What?"
But he's been in space. I don't think he'd be worried about a killer whale. He's been in space.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Here we go. He walked on the moon. Like he's like, we just went to the moon to go. He said we just went to go. But anyways, like, why just go to go before the Russians went? So we went. It's like, oh man. Anyways, so yeah, I'm excited for Superman.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch. I'll probably never see it, to be honest with you, unless I'm a grand.
Really good.
Yeah, but you know what it means? It has to be Lilo and Stitch is really good, so that movie has to be really good for me to want to watch it.
Yeah,
you know, I remember taking you to see that when you were little and realizing I was watching something special. I was like, wow,
great movie. It's gonna
like,
make so much money. This adaptation, it's not gonna be good. I hope they prove me like I hope they prove me wrong.
Well, we shall see.
Yeah,
there's Disney because Snow White is not Snow Whiting.
No, it is not. Yeah, Minecraft's already goes higher than it.
Minecraft,
and it's been out for 3 days.
Yeah. So wow. So give me your take on the Minecraft.
On the Minecraft, please. Minecraft movie.
Yeah,
that's what it's called. A Minecraft movie.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, you know. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Is it a good movie? No, it's not. But I wasn't expecting a good movie. But
it's Minecraft.
It's like if you played the game, you literally just thought to yourself, "How are they gonna make a movie about this?" They did what they could. You know, gave us some Easter eggs. Whereas I was someone that played the game, so I was like, "Oh, that's from the game."
Oh, jeez.
So it was like dumb stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lie, I had a fun time with it. You know, the director of this did Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. 2 movies I really enjoy, and there's hints of that humor in this movie. So I really enjoyed that.
Right.
And I had a good theater experience where like everybody, all the people my age or older, knew what they're getting themselves into.
Right.
So they were, and honestly, you know, when you saw Avengers Endgame, people were cheering. People were doing that with this movie at like dumb moments. Like when he said Flint and Steel, and people started going nuts. And it was like dumb stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Jack Black's goes 100% Jack Black. A little too much for me, but whatever. At least he was having fun. Honestly, Jason Momoa was having a lot of fun. Like he was my favorite part. He was my favorite part. He was honestly doing a Rex Kwando from Napoleon Dynamite. That was his character. And it worked, and it made me laugh.
That's funny.
Yes.
That's funny.
Like his character was like gaming world champion from 1989, and he's still dressed like that and drove a muscle car from there.
Shut up.
He was broke. It was funny, and like I had fun. I mean, there's other cheesy stuff that happens in it.
You said 1989.
Yeah, that was when he won. Yeah.
Wow.
And and he goes by Garbage Man because that was his nickname back then.
Wow.
And it was a dumb laughs, but I had a good time. Like I knew it wasn't gonna be anything great.
Yeah.
So I had a good time.
It's funny because they were able to pull off stuff like Minecraft, whereas they couldn't pull off like the Emoji Movie. Or Angry Birds. So
yeah, you're right. But they put, and the effects look really good actually.
No, that's good then. That's
good. And I know the film bros are hating it, being like, even though this is a kids movie, like why are we feeding them garbage? But I don't know if it's really like what could you do with it?
Yeah, just sometimes you just want to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't have to be high cinema. It's just entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, like
I was entertained.
I saw the trailer for it, and I thought I wouldn't mind watching that. When I saw the trailer, you know, I know nothing about Minecraft except for when you were playing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I wouldn't mind watching that. And I was like, Jack Black's going to be doing Jack Black. And I was like, very interested in Jason Momoa is in this because I feel like he's like, well, is this a good move for me or a bad move for me? You know, because
I think it's a good move, like, because he should be playing more comedic characters like this.
Yeah, he is funny.
He does it well, yeah.
Yeah, he is funny, but he's like, you know, he got stuck like taking his shirt off all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And which makes you wonder about his version of Lobo. Right?
What's he gonna do?
What version of Lobo is he gonna do? Is he gonna be like chubby, out of shape, drunk Lobo? You know what I mean? Which would be a crazy take.
If they're smart, they would alternate throughout the movie.
We've talked about, yeah. Like you don't know what Lobo is going to show up, and then you're like, oh no, it's drunk Lobo. Fuck, but which would be hilarious. But yeah. But so you have Minecraft, and then you have, you know, we both saw the amazing trailer for the movie coming out called Sneaks. And,
yeah,
but
it's made by who? What rapper is making that?
Oh, Mustard.
Yes, it was his DJ Mustard's movie.
But when I saw the trailer for Sneaks, I thought I haven't seen a trailer for a movie that I knew was going to be bad. Like as soon as the trailer started,
like the movie is supposed to be direct to DVD.
But I think you're right. And they're like, Mustard, people know your name now because Kendrick screamed it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should release this in the theaters.
That looked like it was made on a shoestring budget. I guess we should tell people, if you don't know what this movie, it's a 3D animated cartoon movie about these pairs of sneakers that have to find their owner.
Yeah, like the owner's a sneakerhead, and he like wins them, and they're like, but the shoes talk. And they like communicate with each other, and they kind of move on their own. But then it's like Toy Story meets like
it is. It's Toy Story but with shoes.
With shoes,
it's like Toy Story and cars. But with shoes. But
with shoes, yes, and it looks bad. I was like,
it looks very bad.
I'm like, they think that, you know,
everything about it looks bad. Yeah,
the sneakerhead movement's going to kill.
I don't know. I think like who's the market? Like kids sneakerheads?
I guess. I don't know.
How big is that market? They're spending all their money on sneakers.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Movie ticket.
And they're even like any of the sneakers on that cartoon are going to be like branded. You know, none of them are actually
they are. Remember,
they are branded.
I am Converse. It was like a joke. Right. Because he wasn't like a real sneaker.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Of course, Converse probably paid. Yeah, probably Converse only paid them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, hey, can I please get a shout out in your movie? They're like, who are you? They're like, we were the originals. We were the originals. Then that damn Michael Jordan ruined everything. But because they were. But anyways, yeah, Sneaks looks so bad.
Sneaks
so bad.
I bet Sneakers is trademarked too. Like that word or something.
You're probably
so
right.
Why would it be called Sneaks?
And I was like, fucking sneaker movie.
Says Sneaks?
Nobody. Pair of
so
sneaks.
I think sneakers. The word sneakers must be trademarked or something.
I don't know. I guess. Squeakers. I'm gonna call it squeakers.
Squeakers.
But anyways, before we really get into it, which we're kind of into it,
we are into it.
Yeah, I forgot that there are a couple RIPs in memoriams we forgot since last we got together. Rest in peace, George Foreman, multiple time heavyweight champion of the world. I think oldest man to ever win the heavyweight championship when he won it for the second time, when he beat Pittsburgh native Michael Moore by knockout. I watched that fight. Yes. I watched
He's
that
like
fight
40
live.
something, right? Or
he was like 49, I think, 48 maybe. And I thought it was fixed when I saw it.
Really?
I did. Well, I was also in college and I was partying when I watched it. So things were looking a little bit, little grainy.
On a small TV, I bet. Too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was like
720p.
I was like, what? He knocked him out. This shit is fixed. But and it just, but yeah, Foreman. I mean, talk about interesting life, interesting man.
Yeah.
I mean, as you all know him for your Foreman Grill, because everybody here's mom and dad and grandma had one at one point. Foreman Grill was a great game changer, bud. I remember when it was the gift. You could not go wrong getting somebody a Foreman Grill at one point.
Yeah,
could not go wrong. And I remember watching people think they could cook other stuff on it except hamburgers and steaks. and chicken breast. I'd be like, no. The fat whacker. It's Foreman Grill fat whacker. I was
It's
like,
limited.
oh yeah, but you could cook a steak on it. You could cook a burger.
Yeah.
You know, single man life. You know, my man Ace. He be cooking a burger and trying to saute mushrooms and onions on it too. I'd be like, Ace, that's not how that works, bro. But good luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, he made a lot of money on that.
I bet.
A lot of money. You know the story about like they brought it to Hulk Hogan first, and he said no.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah,
and then they took it to George, and George said sure. And then they gave him a balloon payment of something like $40 million. And he said it might have been more actually. His first balloon payment because they make you wait like 3 years or something. And he said the first thing he did after he got that check was he made all his siblings millionaires. He gave them all $1 million, which is pretty wild. But and you know the story about all his kids being named some form of George. All the boys are named George, and all the girls are like Georgina.
Yeah.
But do you know why?
Different. No.
Okay, so here's Pops with a story. This is why. Because George Foreman's name is George Foreman. I forget what his siblings' names are, but his whole life they would make fun of him and say, "You ain't nothing but a mohead." And he didn't know what it meant. And then he found out when he got older that the neighbor's last name was Moorhead. All right, like Moore. And his mother had an affair with the neighbor, and that was his actual father. So his siblings would make fun of him for that. So when he had kids, he gave them all his name so they would never have to question their parentage. So that's why. Everybody just thought he took too many shots to the dome. But that's why he did it. So
I guess that's a nice sentiment.
I don't know. I mean, BJ Penn's dad named all his kids BJ. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. For each his own. But that's why he did it.
Nice sentiment.
There's probably different ways he could have done it. But hey,
yeah, there definitely is.
Yeah. But that's why he did it.
He was, yeah. But hey.
Yeah. But yeah, George Foreman. You know, he beat Joe Frazier. Got beat by Muhammad Ali. Retired from boxing. Came back. So 20 years later? 15 years later? Hardest hitter, I think, in heavyweight history. Make it hit. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. George Foreman. Yep. And also we lost Val Kilmer. Yeah, Iceman.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah. Mad Mardigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday. I'll be your Huckleberry. Yeah. Bruce Wayne. Yeah. All that.
Batman, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. He yeah. Val was good. You know, I think I always thought he was going to end up being one of the greats. Just didn't pan out that way. But he was a great actor. He just didn't have like the great, I guess, filmography. But man,
I was looking at like his career. It was definitely like peak was 90s. Like
yeah.
90 years. What's his name? The Doors.
Oh yeah, that's right. He played Jim Morrison.
1990 or 1991, and then he had like Batman Forever. Then Tombstone, and then like somewhere in 2000s, he just kind of stalled out.
Yeah, his personal life got a little interesting. I know around then. Me and your mom went to see him in Wonderland. Wonderland? It's a movie about John Holmes. He played John Holmes. And it tells a story about how John Holmes got caught up in like a double homicide or something crazy. And it was a decent movie, you know. But yeah, Val Kilmer. Rest in peace. Yeah. I know this much. And your Aunt Sarah's gonna roll her eyes. But in Batman, which one was he in? Batman Forever?
Yeah.
There's that scene where he's Bruce Wayne and he's in a turtleneck, right?
Okay.
he's wearing a turtleneck. So your Aunt Sarah's at the club and some guy tries to holler at her and he's wearing a black turtleneck. And your Aunt Sarah's face says, "Who the fuck you think he is, Bruce Wayne?" And I fell out. Yeah. I was like, that's funny. He thinks he's Bruce Wayne. But anyways, yeah.
That's funny.
Val Kilmer in a turtleneck. So, you know.
Hey, he pulled it off.
He did, though. He did. He did. Oh, man. So, yeah. So, moving on.
Some other news we have. CinemaCon in Vegas just happened. That's just like a convention with like movie theater companies and whatnot, just and studios just announcing what their plans are. Basically like a preview for Comic-Con. I don't know.
Is that
They
open, that
literally
open
say
to
the
the public
same
though?
stuff. No, you have to be invited. Like, certain influencers and stuff, and obviously like movie theater owners are
Yeah,
invited.
yeah.
Like you have to be invited. It's not open to the
Okay.
public.
Clearly, ours got lost in the mail. Clearly.
Yeah. Next year.
Yeah.
Or maybe we're blacklisted. I don't know.
I know. Too reckless. Too wild.
But they announced some
Yeah.
cool stuff. They showed a lot of trailers and everything. So it's like for me, I wasn't I don't even know if they released them, but I didn't want to watch anything or any reactions to any of the trailers. But I know they showed some stuff for like Avatar: Fire and Ash, the next Avatar movie.
Did they?
Yeah, they like stuff like that. Disney announced like all their movies they're doing for like 2027.
Okay.
Like Frozen 3. What else? Yeah, Frozen 3. What else did they say? Stuff we knew. Like stuff we knew.
What are they going to do for Frozen 3, bud? What are they going to do? Like, never mind. Go ahead. Keep going.
I don't know. I didn't see Frozen 2.
Me neither, but I don't want to be able, I don't want to. Yeah, let it go. Let it go.
Listen. But
take your own advice.
Yeah.
Take your own advice.
But they did announce the title for the next Spider-Man movie.
And that's true. That is true.
That is true. Spider-Man, Brand New Day, coming July 31st, 2026.
Did we say that? Do we call that title?
No, I didn't. No, we didn't. We didn't.
Okay, I was just wondering. We say a lot of stuff. So
Brand New Day is the title.
Okay.
If you want to take it back to the Avengers Doomsday casting announcement that they had a couple weeks ago, where they had the whole live stream that was like 5 hours long and showed a different name every 15 minutes.
So insane.
And then after the live stream ended, had a 90-second trailer for it.
I know. People watch that shit too.
I know.
Wow.
The reason why I bring that up now is because that's coming out May in 2026. And for the, with that, they had some actors missing. Tom Holland was one of them. So it's like, will he be in Avengers? Will he not be?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I can't picture Avengers without Tom Holland at this point.
Yeah. And just Spider-Man in general.
Yes, I mean, just it's just. I mean, you're gonna say hot take, but I mean, I remember when he showed up in Civil War. Just a trailer.
That's not a hot take. That was a huge moment.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I feel like it really helped elevate it sped up the. Because I mean, people who were casual got real hype. Like I remember one of my friends, Chris, got not Ace. He got super hype once Spider-Man got involved. He was just like, and he's like, Matt, and I was like, yeah, it's happening. It's finally happening.
Yeah.
Like what we've been wanting for so long is finally happening. So yeah, I can't picture him going forward without him.
It's just interesting. It's like what we know nothing on either movie. So it's supposedly this Brand New Day is supposed to be street level. So
yeah, boy,
how is he going to be in Doomsday with crazy stuff going on and then have his movie?
Well, I mean, Brand New Day. It's interesting because Brand New Day, that's taken from like a major Spider-Man story arc. That's when he he sold his marriage to Mary Jane. He sold that to Mephisto, so his Aunt May could live, and started off. Why did you look around like that? Oh my gosh! Did you say Mephisto? I know, yeah. I can't with you right now. Oh my gosh. Brand New Day was a major. It spilled out of Civil War and all kind of stuff, but Brand New Day, I feel like they picked that name for a reason.
Yeah, they do that all the time. Yeah,
it was that whole nobody remembered that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. That's what Brand New Day was.
That makes sense for how the last one ended.
Yeah, nobody remembered Peter Parker was Spider-Man. So But so
Got
we'll
it.
see. We'll see.
See.
Um,
You want to talk about the people they did announce for Doomsday? Avengers
yeah. Do you
Doomsday?
have the list? Because I don't have it.
I didn't type everyone. I typed people that was surprising to see.
All those X-Men.
Yeah, pretty
yeah.
much, because we saw the Pedro Pascal, we saw everyone
You'd expect to see.
you'd expect to see, but included was Channing Tatum. Keep in mind they didn't say who these people are. So
Hey, before we
Channing
go any
Tatum.
further, how about Channing Tatum?
Yeah,
How about making the most of that chance to play Gambit?
he lost a whole bunch of weight too. You see him? He's like in some commercial.
I saw him. He took a selfie recently.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, but he actually said he was tired of being heavy, is what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And so hey, good for him.
Yeah.
But he made the most of I'm about to make a name for myself.
Yeah.
And he
He
did.
did.
He's like, wait, I just parlayed that into what? They're like, yeah, you get to be an MCU proper, bud. He's like, the fuck did I do?
For now, we don't know what.
Yeah,
We
for
don't know
now,
the capacity of any of these characters, because we also have him, Kelsey Grammer, James Marsden
as Cyclops.
Which that was a big surprise.
Yeah, he hasn't put on those goggles in 15 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Longer, 19.
Jeez. Wow.
Last Stand, 2006.
Yeah.
Alan Cunningham or
Nightcrawler?
Alan Cummings.
Nightcrawler from X2.
2003.
Yeah. Hey, bud. They're all like this. We ain't gotta do no stunts, right? We're just showing up. They're like, cause I ain't really with all that jumping around no more.
Can you like special effect my skin too? I don't feel
I'm like all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart, which we saw in Multiverse of Madness, but that was still nice. And Ian McKellen.
I know. Look, I love both those gentlemen. I truly do, and I'm so thankful for everything they have done. They're so old. I don't even like Patrick Stewart. Like makes me nervous. He's so old.
Yes.
I'm like,
they're doing it for their estate. They're just cashing that straight up for their family.
They're like, your great granddaughter's starting college this year. I got it. Damn it, I got it.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah.
2 lines.
Where's she going? Couldn't go to a state school, could you? Damn it. I gotta do 2 whole lines. Fuck.
God, donate to the library.
I know. It's crazy.
Get my name on a bench.
Patrick Stewart, School of Performing Arts. No, yeah, but it's crazy.
Yeah, they're all old and fragile, but it's
fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool seeing them.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there were some notable, exclusions or whatever?
Absences. Yes, I wrote down those. Tom Holland, Benedict Cumberbatch, Brie Larson, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Pratt, Jeremy Renner, Elizabeth Olsen, Ryan Reynolds. Which I'm a bet money they just didn't put him on it because of everything that's happening right now. So they're gonna let the news cool down. Yeah,
and I don't think they're gonna give it all to us, anyways.
I
would hope that. I hope they wouldn't.
No.
So I went to the comic book store today.
Okay.
And I was talking to my nemesis, Tim. And I've told you 1,000 times, Tim was my nemesis and he never knew it. And I still tell him that and he laughs at me mad. And I'm like, no, dude, I used to be so mad. But anyways, and now he works at a comic book store. So it's still kind of I'm like.
He's still miles ahead.
So anyways, I'm talking to Tim and he says, and he was hesitant. He said, I don't know how I feel about it. And I said, it's okay, bro. I'm the same way. He said, I just really believe that this is all going to lead. And I said, my son's going to get mad when you say it. I said, but I think it's going to all lead to a reboot of the whole MCU. And I said, you're probably right. I said, he said, I think Secret Wars is going to lead to a hard reboot of the MCU. And I said, yeah, because they're human beings and they age. I said, so they have to recast. I was like, it's just that simple. I was like, because I don't know.
Move.
I knew you weren't going to like it. I told him me and you going back and forth. Dumb. I told him you and I have gone back and forth multiple times about it, but it's inevitable. It's inevitable. And
nobody is going to be happy or care and they do an Iron Man reboot in 2028 8, 20 years after Iron Man, when they're still watching on Disney Plus,
But
and they
I'm
literally have
just
the
saying,
RDJ and Doomsday.
yeah, and we don't care.
People care.
People care, but
we literally just proved Snow White bombed. They will not watch this.
But no, that's not the same thing. Snow White bombed because people were like anything adverse to like.
There was multiple reasons, but I'm just saying it's not going to be some cash cow. There's a limit to what they do.
Well, I just feel like we've talked about this. The Russos are not Money in the Bank. You have a whole thing about that.
I'm gonna say it later. Yeah,
and I really feel like RDJ being back. I'm hanging on to hope that he's not actually the main villain. Like I do not want that in any way, shape, or form.
My prediction is literally he's going to show up, be get killed by the main Doom.
Yeah, it has to be.
Like, he's not going to be in it more than 15 minutes. I do think that.
Because they're all saying that like when Doctor Strange said all the scenarios that he saw, that's what he kept seeing was him as Doom and it being even worse. And I'm like,
I saw that too, yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't know. No. Like, just no.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. So I'm going to go see it. You know that.
I'm going to see it too. I will say this whole announcement was just nostalgia bait. The whole premise is going to be nostalgia bait. Like, like we saw it in No Way Home, but at least that served the story, right? The Spider-Man's coming back. At least that like progressed the story. Ended their chapters, Toby's and Andrew Garfield's, because you never got like that finite conclusion.
True.
Although it was nostalgia bait, it still served a purpose. Multiverse of Madness, it was cool to see, I guess. I don't know.
It was just cool to see.
It was cool to see, but it proved like it doesn't always work. And people didn't love that movie.
No. Then they gave people exactly what they thought they wanted too.
Yes. Yeah. So
and people didn't love it. Yeah.
But with Deadpool and Wolverine, that was another ending of like the Fox heroes, like these characters that you didn't really think you cared about, but it was nice to see. Like, and everybody loved it. And everyone loved it. Mm-hmm. So the nostalgia bait does work. It does get people in the seats, but the reception to it definitely depends on how they tell the story.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed. We know nothing, but the big worry is, are they just showing us these names and these characters because they know it's going to make us go, show up in the seats?
See, that's where I always I'm not a professional marketer, clearly. Mm-hmm. And now I feel like I'm like, that was cool, I guess, but it was so unnecessary. Like, it's nice knowing who's going to be in it, but it really wasn't necessary at all. I would have preferred like to not know. And then it just to happen. Like it happened in fucking Wolverine and Deadpool. It was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, it was just like, so, But, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
But same thing happened in Multiverse of Madness when they just showed up and we were like, whoa.
Yeah, but it didn't.
It was different. It was different because they literally just did it. Just do it. Whereas Deadpool Wolverine, they were part of
the whole thing. Yeah. Like Multiverse of Madness, I remember when Krasinski came out as Mr. Fantastic, and I thought, man, I should be way more hype right now. Like I thought I should feel this way more.
Even because Patrick Stewart.
Like seeing him, and they played the X-Men song.
Yes.
Like the music. Like it should have been more like, oh my God, but it was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there they are. And then they all got their asses whooped, and it was like, oh, there they went. Like, it was like, wow. So, But, And like, even that, she was nowhere to be found, Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah. It's just like, is she alive? Is she dead? We've been wondering that for 3 years now.
They announced the Vision show. Or the movie.
Oh, yeah, the show.
And I was like, that is literally from WandaVision 5 years ago.
They've had that announced, too. Every year, they're like White Vision or whatever.
I'm like, what the hell? They finally canceled Blade. Blade. I'm like, about time. I was like, I knew you weren't making that damn movie.
Isn't that sad, though? Just like, you have one of the best actors working right now. And you cannot come to terms for a script. How bad was that script?
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing about it is the Blade's very limited. Like whatever Wesley Snipes figured out how to do, to make Blade work. I'm like, well, maybe you just should have done that because it's like he's very limited on what he can do. Like even in the comics, when like all of a sudden Blade shows up as an Avenger, I'm like, why is Blade?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like he hunts Blackulus. Like stop. Like it's just like let him just do that.
Yeah.
Like jeez. So yeah, but I would have liked to see a Blade movie, but sadly it just never happened.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they could make it really cool too. Like they could do. I don't even know. Like a post-apocalyptic. They could do a lot. Like very cool stuff.
Yeah,
they could do like a Blade Runner type vibe. I feel.
Yes, the way he hunts the vampires, the way he actually goes after them. Yeah,
like that aesthetic.
Yeah, you're right. That would have been cool.
But like gothic. Like sci-fi meets gothic.
Yeah,
that could look really visually stunning.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Marvel won't do that though.
No, they're like, we need to tie this into to Greenland. I don't even know. But tie this into something.
They just tie this into Guardians of the Galaxy 6 with the power gauntlet.
Yeah, they were like, he hunts Draculas. I told you a story about the kid that was a vampire for Halloween, and he said, "I'm a Dracula."
I'm a Dracula.
I was like, "You're a vampire. I'm a Dracula." I was like, "You're a Dracula."
Yeah.
I was like, "You're a Dracula." Okay. He hunts Draculas or Blackulas, just depends.
Yeah.
But
why can't he just hunt Draculas? Why does it have to be Draculas?
I know.
Black on black crimes, man.
Yeah,
they're pushing it in the media.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Going back to Avengers real quick.
Yeah.
I did make a note. With the Infinity Saga, we had 10 years of build-up, right?
Yeah.
From Iron Man to Infinity War was 10 years of build-up. Not saying every movie built up to that, but throughout those 10 years, they were slowly. That was the climax. We knew that. Now, for this, believe it or not, we've had between whenever Phase 4 started. What was that? Black Widow. To now, it's to Avengers Doomsday. It'll be 6 years.
Yeah.
But we've had as many projects, with the 2 different sagas because of the shows and stuff with Phase 4 and 5. So we had as many projects, but the build-up has been so different because we don't know if it's multiverse, we don't know if it's space or whatever, like the cosmic stuff. But it feels like instead of that build-up, what they're doing is reaching back to the vaults of Sony and Fox and throwing them at us because they don't have to build up with these new characters. They're just taking from the old and be like, remember them?
It's already built in. Yeah. Even though it wasn't nearly as good.
Yeah. So it's just like kind of to distract us. But also, did you know that Fantastic Four starts Phase 6? It's not part of you know how we're in Phase 5 right now?
Yeah.
Phase 5 ends with Thunderbolts. Then 2 months later, the next Phase 6 starts with Fantastic Four.
So what, Phase 6 is 3 movies?
Yeah. Fantastic Four, Doomsday, Spider-Man.
Wow.
First of all, I never heard of a phase. They never had a phase start in the middle of a year.
That's ridiculous. But I'll say, I kind of get that though. Because there's going to be a tonal shift with Fantastic Four.
I do understand it.
There's going to definitely be a shift.
I feel like they could have. I feel like Fantastic Four should have ended Phase 5.
Yeah,
I get what they're doing. That's just a nitpick of mine. I'm like, why would you?
Well,
2 months later,
it's a tonal shift. I'm telling you, like, I just saw another little snippet for Thunderbolts, and I'm actually kind of wanting to see that now. Like,
hopefully, it's good.
I mean, for those who know, you know who the bad guy is. For those who don't,
the Void?
Spoilers.
No, it's not a spoiler. They said it.
Oh, did they say it?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, you know who the Void is.
I don't.
Oh,
so that's why
you don't.
That's why I'm going in blind. Yeah.
Well, then, yeah.
I know he's
and
like,
I
know it's like, how are the Thunderbolts fighting the Void? I have heard that.
Yeah. So it's I'm very interested in seeing what they do, and I think this the clip I just saw, I was like, oh, I like that. What they were doing, I was like, I like that. Like, I think it might surprise us. I've been wrong, but I think
Yeah.
it might surprise us.
Captain America had some good trailers.
Look, but it was Black History Month, and I'm standing by that. I don't give a fuck. I'm standing by it. All right, 3.5 stars. Like it came out in February. That's all I'm saying.
It did.
So
I guess that's when I saw it.
Yep. So but I just have but that's so you say that now. I haven't seen anything that I honestly dislike about the Thunderbolts trailer.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I
like
can't
it
sit here and
hasn't.
say
The only reason why I'm skeptical is because it's Thunderbolts. Just the whole premise.
right.
But like what I'm
Right.
seeing,
What you're saying looks
I've
like it
never-
might be right,
mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I don't even think I've looked up who the director is or who wrote it or any
yeah,
of
me
that.
neither.
But they keep saying
I'll
that
look
there's
now.
actually people connected to it that have made good films. So I just that whole like they're all just barely above street level. You know what I'm saying? And they're taking on the threat, and that whole like redemption thing with all of them needing some type of redemption.
Yeah.
It could play really well, man. So
Okay, the guy did Beef.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
This is the miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
I like Beef. Beef was good.
He did Beef. Also did Paper Towns.
Paper Towns was good. It just made me watch
I
it.
did not like Paper Towns.
It just made me watch it. I was amazed that the Paper Towns were actually a real thing. I was like, oh, Paper Towns are actually a real thing.
So that's his stuff. Okay. I would say that comes out. Then I think that kicks off the summer blockbusters. That's first weekend of May.
What's that?
That kicks off the summer. First weekend of May.
But that's next month. Jeez.
I know.
That's crazy. By the time we get back from San Diego, I'm going to be like, the year's over. I'm going to be like, it's over. For real. You know how it goes. Like things accelerate after like 4th of July. It just turns into hyperdrive. And next thing you know, it's Christmas. So.
You watching Daredevil?
True indeed. True indeed. The Daredevil show. Yeah, I'm watching it. the Matt Murdock crime drama
The lawyer show.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Daredevil SVU.
Yeah,
Is it good?
Daredevil SVU is exactly what it is, and it's really good. I'm one episode behind.
Okay.
At the end of the episode I just watched, which is like episode 6, he puts on the costume the last 5 minutes. First time he's been in costume since the first episode. Yeah. No, I'm lying. The last 10 minutes because he kicks some ass. But I'm not. I'm joking when I'm like, I'm not joking. I'm serious as fuck that it's a Daredevil show, but it doesn't bother
I've
me.
heard that. Yeah.
But it doesn't bother. It's still really good. And I guess the next episode, it's a lot of Daredevil doing Daredevil stuff. But I like it. I mean, there are things about the show that I didn't expect. You know, like
him being out of costume.
Well, that and can I spoil any of this for you? Spoilers?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, as you know, what happens to Foggy in the first episode.
Yeah, I wasn't that did happen.
Yeah, that happened.
That's 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, and then thank you, babe. But then like, there's very little Karen. There's very little Punisher. You know what I mean? Like it's like the big they're back part of the casting. I'm like, yeah, they're back for a second. I was like,
get you watching.
Yeah, but I am interested in watching Barenthal's Punisher miniseries, though. I am, because he is good.
He is good.
He is good. He's just good. He's a good actor. He is.
He is.
But,
I saw Philip Seymour Hoffman's son's in it.
Really? Is who?
I guess he comes in next episode. I don't know who he is, but I saw a clip. He's in it.
Well, Gandolfini's son's in it. James Gandolfini.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, his son. No, his son's been in it.
I
was like, really? That's a lot of
shoot, my bad. Yeah, I meant James Gandolfini. I don't know how I got this confused.
Oh no, he's been in this since episode 1.
I heard he's doing good.
Yeah, he is good. I just go, wow, that's Gandolfini's son. I'm like, wow,
it is his son. He's a good actor, though.
Yeah, he's better than he was in the Saints of whatever.
You watched that?
Oh yeah, it was so bad. I watched that with your Aunt Sarah, and we were both looking at her like, wow, is this bad? We were like, is this bad, Sopranos? Like, what's going on right now? Yeah.
I forgot that was the thing.
Yeah, people were mad about it because, there are brown people in it. But anyways, they were like, "Where are these brown people?"
There's these brown people in New York. They don't exist.
They're like, these brown people dealing with
I'm
these
kidding.
Italians. What's going on? Barenthal's in that too. Plays Tony Soprano's dad. Racist as hell. Plays that a little too well. Plays a little too well, but you know.
He method acts too.
I ain't mad at him, you know, whatever. Because then I seen him in something when he was, anyways. But yeah. But yes, I'm enjoying Daredevil. To the point where, like today, I told you I went to Ides. They were having their anniversary sale. I picked up a Daredevil book. I had a chunk of Frank Miller in my hand.
Wow, Daredevil.
Yeah, and I was just like, should I? Because they're on my list. But I was like, if I buy these, I won't be able to buy that. You know what I mean? And I was like, and these will be here.
Good pull. Like, yeah, I feel like everyone talks about it, but I feel like nobody buys them. Nobody
buys them. I had them, as we know. I had them at one point. But yeah, they were there. Decent price. And they were on sale. So, but I did pick up one issue that I was missing from my Bendis run, which is my segue into my conversation about Frank Miller's run versus their Bendis's run on Daredevil, and you know, a comparison more so than a just they wrote them for almost the same amount, and what you're seeing in Born Again is more Bendis, whereas what you saw on the Netflix was more Frank Miller. You know, I think they're the two comparison. They're the two best to ever do it.
Yeah,
and I think both of their runs on a comic were definitive. I think I said to you before, Frank Miller introduced all the iconic Daredevil stuff, and then Bendis was like, wow, "Hold my drink, watch what I do with this." Like, "Thanks for letting me play with your toys. Watch this." You know, like, "Oh, you can do that," and it was like, yeah, because I swear by Bendis's run. You know that. Like, I'm somehow missing like 4 issues. I don't know how. And the one I bought today, so I'm doing my inventory. I'll go put it away. I bought that bitch.
Wow.
when I was at the little con down the street like 2 months ago, I was like, I didn't look at my list. Like, I didn't take it off my list.
Wow.
So
I didn't know you had so many of those. So
Daredevil, cool. Yeah, I have it the whole Bendis, run,
yeah, I didn't
the
know
whole
that.
Bendis run, except like 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, and it's great. I think I told you it was like one of the first runs that when it ended, it was so far away from where it started. And when that hit me, I was like, this dude started this off with a very simple premise that the Kingpin knows who Daredevil is and won't do anything about it. And the wrong person found that out. Not who Daredevil is. He found
told me this, yeah.
Yeah, he found out that Kingpin knows. And he just and they just ran with that premise, and it was all in the underworld. It wasn't any of it was like Daredevil was dealing with the underworld was dealing with him and the Kingpin. It was just all super, it was dope. Then like ninjas would show up and it would work. Like there was a scene, and I'll get off of it, where this guy is in like a support group, and I don't know what they're talking about, but he starts talking about Daredevil and all the rumors about Daredevil and this and that, and you know, like, well, some people say he's blind, and some people say this, and some people that, and some people say he was trained by a ninja and all this stuff. And the guy's like, I'm telling you, like, I've heard that he could be in a room sitting right beside you, and he has a way of turning off where you won't even sense his presence. It's like he's invisible, but he's still sitting there. And then like the next panel is Matt Murdock sitting there with his arms crossed in the group session, listening to the guy. And I was like, that's dope. You know,
cool.
Yeah. Like Bendis, when Bendis was writing in the early 2000s, he was the
best.
And
he's doing that on 5 other projects that were peak.
Yeah. To those of you out there, you know, my MCU fans, everything you're watching, Brian Michael Bendis, you can thank him. Because he literally put...
They must be paying him like royalties or something.
But I would hope. I would hope, because he put all those B-list characters on his back, man, and he made them great. Just period in the story did. It was just
everything that's popular right now.
Yeah, it's just him. All of it. It's just like, yeah, he did it. You know, he did it so well, he got pissed and went to DC. He was like, I'm going to DC. Guys,
he got bored.
You just don't appreciate me anymore. Yeah, he's like, you don't appreciate me anymore. and he rolled. But yeah, he was a bad boy. Bad boy. I mean, he invented Miles Morales because of
I
his
know,
daughter.
yeah.
Because of his daughter. Brian Michael Bendis is a white dude, right? And he said, I have a black daughter, and he was like, and he wanted a hero for her to relate to, man. And he invented Miles Morales. That's dope. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, yep. So yeah, Daredevil's cool.
Daredevil is cool.
Daredevil's cool.
You know what's not cool?
What's that?
Or we were talking about MCU, everything that's good in the MCU right now, for better or for worse. I watched The Electric State, the Netflix original.
Yes, you did.
If you don't know, if you haven't heard about this movie, it's a Netflix $320 million movie.
It was that much.
Maybe $350. Yes, it was expensive. It's an expensive movie.
2 months in their subscriptions. It was 2 months of subscriptions.
I don't know, because they just raised the prices again.
Yeah.
And they're showing ads or whatever.
Go ahead.
It's written and directed by the Russo brothers, which, if you don't know them, they did Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, and they're coming back for Doomsday and Secret Wars.
They haven't had a hit since Ricky Martin. But go ahead. I'm just saying, but it's been a minute. I'm
not going to get into the movie because it is bad. It's my least favorite movie of the year so far.
Wow.
And I'm someone that just watched a Minecraft movie.
True.
Everyone's saying it just feels soulless. Like, it's just a bland movie. I will say the robot, I'm not even going to talk about it, really. The robots look cool. The effects look cool. It's a bland movie. It's just not good. It's just not good. If you want to check it out, go check it out. But the main reason why I wanted, we just talked about Marvel and the announcement, but I wanted to ask you, are the Russo brothers good directors? They're coming back. They gave us some of the best Marvel movies, arguably. But how much of the success of those 4 Marvel movies that they did, how much is it due to them, or was it the system that they're in?
Okay. I watched Ghosted, right?
They didn't do Ghosted.
They didn't do Ghosted? Oh.
No.
I watched Gray Man.
So I would say the 3 movies they did since Endgame, Cherry, the Apple TV movie
with
starring
Tom Holland. Okay.
Gray Man.
I watched Gray Man.
Electric State.
I watched Gray Man, and I felt the same way you said, where it was just like, I don't want to say soulless, but just, I watched it. You know what I mean? And I didn't run out and tell anyone to go watch it.
You probably forgot you watched it.
It had Anna de Armas in it. And I still was just like, oh, okay, I watched it. I think you're right. I think there was no way they were going to fail. And when they made Endgame and Infinity War, or vice versa. But and I think I've told you this, like, when I think about those movies and I think about them, I always think about the first 10 minutes of Endgame and how I felt like uneasy because I didn't know where they were taking that movie. Like, and it worked out, but there was a period of that movie where I was it was a nice significant amount of that
movie takes a while to get going.
Where I was like, oh boy, what's going on? Like, not like I can't follow it, but I'm like, what are we doing right now? Because this is not what any of us signed on for, like any of it. But I mean, it got there.
Was that them? Because when you watch one of their movies, is there anything where you're like, oh, that's the Russo brothers? Like, you can watch a Spike Lee movie, a Spike Lee joint.
Oh,
and be like, oh, that's Spike Lee, or even
Spike Lee's right.
You could watch. I'm trying to think of an action director, and just be like, oh, that's so and so.
Yeah. The Russos.
Even Ron Howard, you could be like, that's Ron Howard.
Yeah. There's nothing distinctive about the Russo brothers at all. I mean, and I no disrespect Russo brothers, but you just and that's part of the reason why I'm nervous about the new movies.
Here. And they just talk a lot about, like, I don't want to say they're anti-movie theater, but they're very just like, Oh yeah, like that's why they're doing all these streaming movies. They're just like, oh yeah, we get to make them.
Yeah.
So yeah, they
Yeah,
don't. I feel like they don't really care.
And I don't know how to put it. I worry that they're going to go for the same feel as the last two that they did, and that's dated now. You know what I mean? So I feel like we're going to leave these next two movies feeling like we felt when we left Avengers 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was good, but it just didn't give me that that Avengers gave me. Like, there's not going to be a lot to complain about, but it's not going to be like. And of course, they're going to have the first one to gauge us, and then the second one to fucking fix it.
Yeah, to fix it. Because isn't this the craziest thing? They just started filming.
Yeah.
It's April 2025 with the announcement they started filming. It comes out next May.
If there's one thing I've learned from you is that it takes time.
Yes.
But you know how CGI heavy this movie's going to be. So
I just know how expensive it's going to be. They just that overtime. That's what they're paying for. You know, the CGI. I don't know. It's just it's going to be CGI heavy, but like
we'll
not
see.
Going to be CGI high quality.
No, but again, from you, I've learned to look at things a little differently with the CGI, because you can see where they cut the corners. Like the second time you watch it, you can see it. You know, like the first time you watch it, you don't catch it. The second time you watch it, it's right in your face. Like, oh wow, that was terrible. Like, they really
Marvel's really bad with that.
Yeah, Marvel's bad. Marvel's real bad.
They just
but I mean, so we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I don't want to call it fatigue. You always say it's fatigue. I
stopped calling it that because we've been proven every year. As long as you give us something good, people will go see it or something. Yeah, enjoyable.
I think the quality has just slipped. You know, like even with the stuff I'm seeing with like concept art, like some of it was cool and some of it I was like, what? You know, you know what I mean? Like I was like, what do you mean a whole planet? Like what do you?
Oh, you looked at it again. You're like, wait.
Yeah, I was like Hulk planet. How is this? Yeah, I'm like, doesn't make any sense. Like, do you understand how the whole Hulk concept works?
Yeah, he made himself the Hulk. How was there a whole planet?
There's not gonna be a whole planet of Hulks. There's not gonna be a whole planet of Hulks. Like, and if they do like the Thor Corps from Secret Wars, that means you have to explain like a lot of other stuff that's never been in the movies. Because then that's the thing about the second Secret Wars. Not like the original Secret Wars or Secret Wars 2, but Hickman's Secret Wars that he did in the 2000s. Like, there's so much stuff in that's from like years of comic books that if they throw that in there, like it'll look cool, but no one's gonna know what the fuck it means. And then it's gonna be like if Storm showing up with Mjolnir and What If. To me, that's the shit because I know what that is. That's one of my favorite versions of Storm when she got a hammer like Thor's and she can control the weather. But you don't care about that. You don't know what that's all about. Like,
you're just like, oh, who's this?
Yeah, and what is this? Like, why
this is Halle Berry.
Well, let's get ratchet. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to get our money. You know, I mean, this time, what is it? May of 2027?
Yeah, next year. No, it's next year. That's what I'm saying. It's 13 months.
Yeah, well, so you'll either be out there or we'll either be out there or you'll be up here. We'll see it and we'll do a comment. It's May. Yeah, one of us we'll be together.
We will watch it.
Yeah. So yeah. But which leads us into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah. So that was officially announced June 4th, 2027.
Now, when was the last one out?
2023.
Yeah.
So they're on the 5 years. First one came out in 2018. Second one was 2023. I mean, people can be mad because it was literally a cliffhanger. So.
I mean, and Bud,
they've been lying since day one.
They've been lying since the day that shit came out.
They really have.
They're like, oh, you weren't close to being done. You didn't have a script.
I really don't think they started.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the motherfuckers were still partying. We won an Oscar, bitches. They were like, dude, we've been partying for 2 years. They were like, what? You start the script, they're like, nah, I'm high as hell right now. You know, they were just messed up. I mean, what else could it have been? Like, you made like the hottest Spider-Man movie in like decades, win an Academy Award, and then just like forget.
No. The thing is, they made the second one after they won.
Oh, after they won, that's true. And then they made the cliffhanger.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, you made the cliffhanger. Because usually when a movie has a cliffhanger, you know when that third one comes out? 6 months later.
6 months later.
Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revelations, Twilight, Breaking Dawn Part 1, Twilight. They've done it multiple times. Where it's like that fall, that summer. Or that summer,
that's how it works. Get them checks, baby.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers are like,
Pirates of the Caribbean did it?
I mean, they did it. Like, they did 3 of them like that. They were like, boom, boom, boom.
They usually make them all together. Yeah. I mean, Avengers did it.
Avengers did it, yeah. Everybody does it now. They were like, nah.
They didn't have it done. And they lied. That's the thing.
The actors lied. Were like, until they asked the actors, and the actors were like, nah, I didn't even quote my lines.
That's when I was like, wait, this is fake, right?
You've been saying that. You were like, they keep saying they haven't recorded. Yeah. She was like,
Steinfeld.
Yeah. Shameik was like, please, guys.
Yeah, Shameik's like, I don't know.
It's the only way I'm going to get to be in this.
He thinks he's like in New York. I don't know.
I don't know what he thinks, man. That poor guy. I didn't realize how short he was. You know?
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, short king. Short. He'd be overdressing. He'd be overdressing, spitting cheesy lines. It's bad, man. Bad. But anyways,
he's a character.
Yeah, they literally like have been telling us like,
they've been lying.
They just been lying. Just lying. Lies. Just lies. But hey, it's coming officially.
I'd rather them take pushing the envelope than to rush it.
Yeah, and animation is going to be top tier.
Yes. My point is just, how are you going to be typing the script and be like, Fiend, period. And then you turn it into your boss. And they're like, okay, let's get this rolling. And they don't ask you when the next one, the next script is.
They were like, did anybody ask when the next one was coming? They're like, I thought JoJo was going to ask him. Nah, that was TT said he was going to call him.
They're just sending Outlook messages back and forth, circling. Let me circle back to you.
They're like, did we give him a check yet? They're like, They're like, we kind of paid them for it.
They paid them in advance.
They're like, what the fuck? Where are they? They're like, they're in Ibiza. They're in Ibiza with J. Cole, Trade of Truth. Yeah. Oh my God. That's so terrible. Yeah. I mean, but I am looking forward to it. Yeah. I am. I mean, it looks like it's going to be very Miles Prowler heavy from the poster or the clip they Prowler Miles, you know.
That would be good.
I think so. I mean,
that'd be interesting.
I could watch both of those movies right now, to be honest with you. They're that good.
They are.
Your mom has seen both of those with me in theaters.
Yeah. They have the potential to be one of the greatest trilogies ever.
They just like making a motherfucker wait. They be like to make us wait, dude. I don't understand it. Out here on the streets.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh.
I ain't known for my patience either. There's some casting news.
What's what?
Linda Cardellini will be starring as Pamela Voorhees.
Who's Linda Cardellini? Who is that?
She's Velma from the Scooby-Doo movies.
Oh!
You all right? You all right, bud? Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to see this.
Yeah, that's my baby right there. Freaks and Geeks. Hawkeye's wife. Yeah. She's playing Pamela Voorhees in A24's Friday the 13th prequel. Now, you know your old dad don't mess with scary movies, but I'm going to go see that one because it's going to be good. I was like, I never thought I
different.
Yeah, I never thought I wanted an origin story about Jason's mom. But you figure Jason drowned.
Yeah.
So that's what led to her, like, you know, killing everybody. Yeah. So I want to see this woman's descent into madness.
Yeah, her special needs kid drowned.
Yeah.
That might be a sad movie.
I mean, yeah. And then it's gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
So I want to see. So yeah. So she's been cast. Zendaya, who, you know, if she was a superhero, she would be the unbeatable Squirrel Girl, because Zendaya just can't be beat. I'm telling you, she just can't be beat. But she's been cast to play Ronnie Spector in A24's biopic, directed by Barry Jenkins.
That's gonna be good.
But you know everybody. Who's Ronnie Spector? Be my little baby. I think
Lots of hits. The Christmas song.
So
we talked about that before.
What's
Christmas? The
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
she
man,
was like, wasn't everyone wanting to mess with her back in the day?
Oh,
Wasn't
yeah,
she
I
the
mean,
it
her.
girl?
Yeah, she married that crazy ass Spector. What's her name? The one that like ended up shooting his one wife. Yeah. I'll look her up real quick. You know, the producer that ended up,
that movie's gonna be good.
Oh, man, she was a baddie too, man. Damn. Oh, Zendaya looks
So they
enough
have
like her.
Zendaya, yeah.
Oh,
Zendaya.
and you know she gonna kill it because you know she got pipes too. She gonna win an Academy Award. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, this is her.
This is her moment. She gonna sit up there and say something about loving Tom Holland. I'm gonna be crying because that's my favorite celebrity couple. I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be like, she's retiring after this one, folks.
At 20.
Last look. She gonna have the big old hair, and I'm gonna be like, look at all that hairspray. She's gonna be amazing. Yeah. I'm
that should be
forward
good.
to that.
Barry Jenkins too. If you don't know, it's Moonlight.
We gonna be crying.
He just did that Mufasa movie.
Oh, I was all messed up.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good movie. You know what they also announced at the CinemaCon? I forgot to say the Beetles
Phil Spector.
movie.
Sorry. So that was real. That was real. The casting.
They have been, because I told you the Beatles movie is going to be 4 separate movies. Each of the Beatles.
Each one's focuses on each of the Beatles.
I hope these are streaming movies.
Yeah, because they are counting on us loving the Beatles.
Yes, if they are smart, whoever's making them, I don't know what studio, they would do each 4. I don't know why they're doing it, but they would do each 4 on streaming and then release the full one in theaters with the Beatles. So you have George Harrison, Ringo Starr, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and then like streaming, and then the theater movie, however many months later, the Beatles.
I like that.
Because no one's going to see that 4 movies, 5 movies.
Then you'll have that whole like which one makes the most money if they do.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know which ones are going to make the most money.
Yeah, I know. Even though I personally am here for George Harrison's, just so you know.
Oh yeah,
straight up.
Yeah,
I ain't worried about Paul's. I ain't worried about none of the other ones. I'm worried about George. I like George.
So I didn't know that Shawn Mendes is directing it.
Really?
Yeah, American Beauty.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
He is good.
Yeah.
So the cast.
He's directing all 4 of them?
I don't. Oh wait, no, he just presented it. Who's directing it then? I don't know. Sorry, he just presented the announcement. Why'd they headline this like this?
Wow.
My bad. But they're coming out in April 2028. People, the internet, some are happy with the casting, some are upset because you have Paul Mescal, Joseph Quinn, Barry Keoghan, and Harris Dickinson. The 4 white boys of each month of like last year.
Yeah, the flavor of the month.
Yeah.
So Paul Mescal was just in Gladiator 2, correct?
Yes.
And he's playing
He's playing Paul McCartney.
He's playing Paul? Okay. Yeah. John is who?
John is Harris Dickinson, which he was just some Baby Girl, and he was an Iron Claw.
He was an Iron Claw. He's killing
Lennon.
it right now. He's killing it right now. Yeah. I thought it was like 6'5".
Yeah.
So,
he's good. He is tall. Really good.
But you're right. Why does this so flavor of the month?
Oh yeah, wow. the It Boys of like.
Yeah, and then Eddie from Stranger Things.
Yeah, I forget.
Is he playing Ringo?
No, I think.
Is he George?
No, he's George. And then Ringo Starr is Barry Keoghan, which was
which surprised me. I'm like, you're playing everybody's least favorite Beatle, and you're probably the best actor in that whole group.
It's debatable.
You don't think Ringo's the least favorite Beatle?
I guess. Not least favorite, I would say least popular.
Least popular. Yeah.
Because everyone says he's one of the best drummers ever.
Yeah, but that's like, honestly, I feel like that's like in the last few years, people have realized some things about everything. But yeah,
It'll be interesting. Yes, I just said the
Yeah.
internet's like upset. They're like, man, we want to know names. But then I'm like, you ask the average person, they wouldn't know who these people
yeah,
are.
who these people? Yeah, they're not superstars. They're not movie stars.
No.
Look, our number one fan, Anthony Conrad, is going to watch all 4 of those. And
Respect.
I give him credit because without him, I'd have no love for the Beatles. No, he sold me on the Beatles. He was the one that was like mad.
What? Come on.
I had a problem with. I didn't like them. I thought they were overrated. I had all this shit to say, and he literally sat me down and was like, "Look," and broke it down to me, and I was like, "Oh, they're the shit." And he was like, "Yeah." So shout out to my man, number one fan, Anthony Conrad, for opening my eyes to some shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
One interesting thing I heard with them doing the whole split movies is the internet hopes each one's a different perspective. Like they have an unreliable narrator. That'll be the only thing that's interesting.
That'd be cool.
Different.
That would be cool. That'd be very cool. Yeah. I mean, that's life, right?
Yeah.
So that would be very cool. Yeah.
Or whatever, it's coming out.
Yeah, I'll check them out. Can I talk about, this is so random. Can I talk about Matlock for a minute?
Yeah, what is that?
So, in this world of streaming and everything so hardcore and serious and deep and dark and everything makes your head hurt, your mother and I were just scrolling through, I don't even know, Hulu, maybe Prime, and we discovered Matlock, which originally Matlock was a show that starred Andy Griffith, and he played a lawyer from the South in the 90s. This type of show your pap would love, like straight up. No, straight up.
Yeah,
he would love Matlock.
Yeah.
Well, they rebooted it with Kathy Bates as Matlock.
Where are you? Are you saying Matlock?
Matlock. 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 M-A-T-L-O-C-K. Matlock. That's the last name. So she plays a lawyer with the last name Matlock, and the joke is, yeah, I know it was a show in the 80s, blah, blah, blah. So me and your mom just started watching it on a humbug. And your mom fell asleep, and I kept watching it. And we got to the end, and there was this big twist, and I was like, holy shit. So I watched the second episode. Your mom wakes up the next day, and I tell her, yo, watch Matlock. So she starts watching. Now, you know your mom. She just takes off without me. She doesn't care. Now she's like almost done with the first season, and it's whatever. But let me tell you how refreshing it is to watch a network show that has limits on what they can do and what they can say, and it's just like nice entertainment. I'm like, wow, like
sound like a boomer,
but I'm not a fucking boomer.
Take me back to when TV
I'm just saying. I'm saying it was. I said it is refreshing that I don't have to worry about somebody like getting their head run over for the sake of like what, like seriously. Your mom's watching the mayor of Kingston.
Yeah.
And there literally was a scene where I sit down and your mom's watching it, and this kid puts his head under a tire and they run his head over. And I go, what the hell was that, babe? And she was like, oh, well, he knew he wasn't going to survive in prison, so he just did that. And I'm like, that would never happen. I'm like, that whole scenario wouldn't happen. I'm like, that's just madness to me. So it was just nice watching a show that's just a show. It just entertains me. Little bit of drama, a little bit of tension. I'm like, oh, I don't got to like worry about like if somebody's gonna get shanked in the Achilles tomorrow. Like it's just a nice little like network show. You see what I'm saying? Like you like love Abbott Elementary. Like Abbott's not.
Yes.
Yeah. Like as Abbott's not out here like breaking any FCC rules, and they're not being super risque, but it's still a funny show that entertains you, and that's nice because you lose track of that stuff and all this. I'm watching Daredevil and he breaks somebody's elbow, and I'm like, Jesus, like I know you can fight, but geez. So, anyways, so I just wanted to say, watch Matlock, people, if you just want something light. And I'm probably saying Madlock, M-A-D-L-O-C.
Yes, Matlock.
Matlock, yeah.
Pittsburgh accent was coming out.
Her name is Maddie Matlock, but anyways, yeah, it's good though. It's a good show, but yeah.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
That's all I have, though.
That's really all you had? Did you start Severance yet?
Not yet. I will.
Okay.
I will do that.
I'm interested in what your thoughts were.
I will do that before I come home. Yeah.
Loved season 1. Liked season 2. got to the end and kind of was like, well, I will watch season 3, but I'm not going to be when it comes out. I'll watch it, but I'm not going to be like waiting for it. So I'm just being honest.
Okay, I'll tell you what I think.
You started Ted Lasso though, right?
No, I don't. I never watched that.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Well, I guess before we go, then I'll slide into.
Did the new season come out of that? I thought they were making it.
Oh, they announced.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, they announced that, but I mean that's
4.
That's still a ways off.
Okay.
I'll just slide in the anime corner real quick. Today, after 6 months,
wow,
One Piece has returned. It was so nice. So nice. Like, I was just like...
It's returned.
Oh, but... Because they said April 5th. So, I was on it yesterday.
Oh, my gosh. How to get subbed.
I'm like, that's Japan. It didn't even get released here yet.
People were getting overtime to dub that.
Well, no, it's subbed. It's not dubbed. It ain't going to be dubbed for a while. But...
They had to translate it.
It's like... But when I tell you, like... Because, I read it. So, I'm current on the manga.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching it animated and cold open. So it's a cold open, but yes, 6-month hiatus. One Piece comes back with a cold open. It just said One Piece and started. And I was like, are you fucking serious right now? And the whole episode takes place in about 15, and it's only 20, it's only like 23 minutes. About 15 minutes in, you finally see Luffy. And it's just him. He smiles and then he laughs, which made me smile and laugh. And then the opening credits ran, and I was like, "That's smart. Gangster!" Yeah. I was like, "That was so gangster." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Was this the longest break ever?
I don't know. I can't honestly say. Anthony would know better than me, but I feel like it was. He was shocked. He was shocked they took that long of a break because he thought. He thought that they were going to try and find a way to coincide the ending of the show and the manga so that people who only watch the anime won't get spoiled when the manga ends. I said, at this point, I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if they said, you know what? And they just like, when he gets to the end, he just holds off. Just holds off.
And tells them.
Yeah. With the anime.
They animate it, yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, when I tell you how good it was to see it, and they released 2 episodes today. They released a recap. It was an hour and 20 minutes of what had happened prior.
It's a whole movie, yeah.
And I watched it.
It's a whole movie.
Yeah, and then I went shopping and shit. And then I came back and I watched the 2 new episodes. And, yeah, it's crazy. Like, you forget because I watched Solo Leveling and I watched Kaiju 8 and I watched Demon Slayer and I watched Freerun and I watched all these animes and they're all really good.
But they ain't the GOAT.
They ain't the GOAT, baby. It's in its own lane. It's doing its own thing. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. You get to 1,024 episodes. No, 1,124 episodes. Yeah. You're doing something right. Like, it's crazy. Crazy.
You said 1,124. 1124. 1124. On the periodic table, that is. What is the element? That's the One Piece.
That's the One Piece.
There's a code. That's why they took a break.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's the code.
No, you have to look at the element on the periodic table, figure out what element is made in products or whatever.
Oh my god.
It's like a long treasure.
Look, but I'll tell you right now. Let Oda say the One Piece is out. The ending of the One Piece. Let that One Piece end with him saying the ending of the One Piece is out there. You just have to follow the clues. It was good seeing you. I'm gonna be gone for a while.
Gosh,
I love you. I love you. I love you.
Actual. Hey. The cartel's gonna be looking for that too.
Look, bud, I got.
Anthony. They love anime. They're gonna
all
be
I need.
For that.
All I need is Anthony. Anthony knows all. Anthony will be like, Matt, it's boom, 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 boom. Anthony told me his prediction of what the One Piece actually is like a year ago. And if he's right, I'll probably never have to doubt him again. I'll probably just be like, I can't doubt anything. For real. He told me what he thought it was. He told me why. And I was like, if you're right, I'm just like, if you're right, like, what am I going to do? But yeah, bud, it's just, I know you're waiting for the reboot. I hope the reboot hits the same. That's all I'm saying. Because, like,
it will.
I was watching today.
I have faith.
the animation was so good, and I was just like, it's just crazy that it's this good now.
Yeah, and the reboot's gonna be just as good from the jump.
I don't know.
And better pace. Well, as the pace it is now.
Yeah, because the pace has definitely sped up. That's obvious.
Yes,
it's obviously being paced better. but yeah. So it's back, and I'm happy. And that's about it. That's all I have.
Nice.
Pittsburgh Steelers did not sign Aaron Rodgers. So
he's still thinking about it. He's still thinking about it.
Is he?
Yes, he hasn't made a decision yet. He's gonna wait till week 1 of training camp.
He's like, I was just on a ayahuasca retreat, and I just figured, you know what? I was in my tent sweating and tripping balls, and I saw black and gold, and that told me I need to sign with the Steelers. It's gonna be something absurd, like, and he'll say that. He'll actually be like, yeah, I mean, that's what happened, and I'll be like, dude, like, welcome to Pittsburgh, like, literally, welcome to Pittsburgh. But anyways,
whatever.
I guess
we'll see what happens.
Next, yeah, well, we shall see. We shall see. Oh my goodness! Could you imagine? Oh goodness, Mike Tomlin, Aaron Rodgers. It's gonna be somebody's last season. Anyways.
Whatever. Yeah, they like each other as of now.
As of now, yeah. Meanwhile, never mind. I'll wait till after the podcast. Until next time, he's Son,
and he's Pops.
And thank you for listening.
It's Son and Pops.